Good hello. I don't want to say good morning because it might be afternoon for you. So here we are at the neighboring beach, and it's a nice day out. You can see I still have my coat on. I want to just get straight into it. We're going to talk a little bit more about real estate. And the last video I did, I talked a little bit about how lucky I was in being able to have some bad points in my life that I didn't have money. And I also, at the same time, had a great Grammy who would try and help me out. And I think the biggest thing I got from my grandmother that seems to be really helping me through all my years of life is her attitude. She always had a great attitude. She was playful. She enjoyed people. And somehow life and good things came to her. I'm not saying it was easy for her. I'm just saying it flowed. And I think she was just grateful because she lived through the Depression. So she knew what really hard times were versus a lot of us now, especially the younger generation, have never been through really tough times. I remember after my divorce, first of all, my ex-husband's not well, so there wasn't really much choice in the matter. But I had the kids, there was no child support. He didn't take care of them at all. At the time, I didn't have a job. I needed to get back into the work cycle. Crazy. So those tough times that I made it through gave me a lot of confidence. And I will tell you, they will say, oh my gosh, it was really hard for them. But you know what I say to them? You are so lucky now to be on the abundant side of life because now you have an experience that most people don't have. Being really, I don't want to say destitute, but because we did have a place to live and everything, but it was just very, very challenging times. And they'll say, oh my gosh, I remember when Grammy gave us, some pasta that was near its expiration and there seemed to be bugs in it. So, we've gone through some interesting things. Anyway, I say to them, I'm a little sorry about that. However, you learned a fabulous lesson. Now I'm heading into the sun, so you learned a fabulous lesson. You know how to thrive even when you have challenging times, so you never have to worry about being poor. You now know how to make things work. And you know that you can do it and get through and figure things out and go to the next phase where you're doing really well in life. And they started out at a young age with their goals listed up on the wall. And they started to save money because they learned how important it was to invest instead of spending your money on clothing like girls do and makeup and all that other stuff. And it was challenging for them. I just want to show you the shells are so nice here. Hold on. Can you see the shells? Someone here, footprints before me. Oh, and look at this little potato chip shell, we call it. This is a little potato chip shell. See it? Isn't that pretty? This is before all the visitors come for the summer here. Everyone sort of likes to collect shells, so there'll be less and less as the summer rolls on. Okay, so I say, you're very lucky. And, sometimes they look back, especially while they were in the middle of the experience. They said, this is horrible. I said, nope. You got to appreciate what you have at the time you have it. So once again, I'm going to remind you, your attitude is very, very important in life. Learn from it. And now when I meet another woman or man going through divorce and they're tight on money, I can appreciate it and I understand. And I can give them some tips of the trade, what to do. And anyhow, you save what you can and you invest that into something that's going to make you money without you investing your time a lot into it in the long haul. Do it when you're young. When you're in your 20s, start planning now for being independently wealthy. Once again, I'm going to tell you, Robert Kiyosaki has a good book, because what you're taught in school or happen to learn through life, some of these things have already been written about, pathways to get independently wealthy. So you don't have to figure it all out yourself. Now go to Robert Kiyosaki's, his book, and I think it's on tape, maybe Audible. I'm not sure. I read it so long ago, but I know it's a very popular, very easy to read, concise description of how he made his billions of dollars when he was younger and the structure that he used and how he did it. It's a thin book, it's very easy to read, and anybody can do it. I highly suggest that's one of the basic books in life that you read, and it's going to tell you what the wealthy people mostly don't talk about and don't tell you about, how to set up your structures and what to do with the way you earn your money. There's certain paths that you can take: owning a business, owning real estate. My kids own a little part of the corporation that I've created. We have to have annual meetings every year to discuss what's going on, what we agree to do and don't do and have in our lives. And we usually pick a nice place to go to because that's covered by the company. Now, it doesn't mean it's easy to have all the excess cash in the company to be able to spend. You need to work through the beginning phase of this. And in the beginning, it's input of your time and energy. And I would do it on the weekends. Keep your regular job. Keep accumulating some wealth there until you can make it work. Now, one of the things I want to also talk to you about is Airbnb with real estate. When the economy is challenged, which it is now, and it will be, this is 2025, and it will be, you can count on at least 2 years. We're still in the Fed system, so that means there's going to be more inflation. And as tariffs get enacted and we start to build in the United States, which will be build factories and things like that. Right now you have a wealthy East Coast, the Northeast, and you have a wealthy West Coast, the in-between There's a lot of happy people, farmers, that but work their tail off and aren't necessarily monetizing their farms the way they could be. For example, I follow one smaller farmer, very nice, honest guy, beyond the fence. And he could get a website up and easily sell his beef, learn how to package it and things, and sell his beef. And it doesn't necessarily, it could be people buy into a partnership because there's certain benefits that way. And he could start to build beyond his own footprint and bring cash in. Now, I know he's Airbnb, so if you're learning how to farm, you could contact him. I don't know any of the details, but I know he's got an Airbnb place where you can come and you're a part of the farm. And it seems like a reasonably priced place, not out of people's reach. And you can learn. And he is a kind man. He is an honest man. So you can go and learn how to start gardening, how to start raising chickens. I saw today on his video, he's got turkeys, moving the turkey tractor thing. And he's learning. And all those people who are hard workers and learners and trying to get ahead in life, hook up with those people. You want to have other people you can call and say, hey, listen, Joe or Jane, this is where I'm stuck. What do you recommend? They might have already been through that problem earlier on in life or, last week or whatever. So start expanding your circle and see what you can do that way too. Oh my gosh, this was supposed to be a real estate conversation. I get turning into life philosophy. But there's cycles in real estate. And there's up cycles and down cycles. And if you're careful in a down cycle, you need to buy right. It's very, very important to buy right and finance right. I bought sort of at the top of interest rates, which meant the way they calculate things out, almost bottom prices. So there's cycles of real estate. And real estate, in my opinion, I did it on a part-time basis on the weekends. If I can do that and have a full-time job, so can you. I love you tons. This is the Abundance Oracle. If there's anything in particular you'd like me to talk about, technical things in real estate, if I don't know it, I'll interview my sister. She's a realtor. I had a realtor's license. She's a broker, excuse me. So she knows more than I do. And I think she got a real estate commercial, I don't know, at MIT. So she's a brainiac. Okay, love you tons. I hope you subscribe and also leave a comment below because I'd like to get to know who you each are. It's really fabulous to build a network. So come join us in my little network that we're starting. Okay. Talk to you soon. This is the Abundance Oracle. Subscribe if you can. It helps me out. Or like, especially comment so I learn a little more about what you're up to. Love ya. Bye.